Greetings and welcome to QUTV Sports This Week. I'm Shane Holsey.
And I'm Will Connolly. Yesterday, well, it was a pretty big day in our nation, Shane.
Yeah, one that could have lasting effects throughout the next 4 years. The NFL trade deadline, of course, the push for the NFL teams to have all their pieces ready for a Super Bowl.
And the MLB, they gave out gold gloves yesterday as well. But we know that most attention was on a different race that dictates who will lead our nation for the next 4 years. At this time, votes are still being counted, but it could be a while before we know the results. However, we thank each and every one of you for exercising your right to vote.
We most certainly do. On Halloween Saturday, the Quincy University women's volleyball team hosted their first scrimmage of the fall. The only thing that may be scary is the fear they bring to the rest of the conference. Mark Jones is in his second season as head coach, and he virtually turned the program around in one season as the team was just a few games away from the conference tournament, and its instantaneous success at QU continues to trend up. The squad is loaded with standout returners Sarah Brown, Michaela Canablo, and Emily Rehagen. Brown led the GLVC in hitting percentage last year. Canablo was an all-conference selection last season, and Rehagen led the team in kills as a freshman, was among the leaders in the conference. And Brown was a leading service option last year for the Hawks, and the Hawks returned their firepower and look to compete for a conference title in 2021. The team will hold an inter-squad scrimmage at Pepsi Arena at 7 o'clock next Thursday, November 12th. The season begins January 29th at William Jewell College, and the team's first home game is February 12th versus Maryville.
Dominance occurred in the second to last women's soccer scrimmage last Sunday. Last week, first-year head coach Samuel Thomas played in goal, and the former college keeper recorded a shutout. This week, he led the Gold Squad in convincing fashion. The scoring began in the first 25-minute period when sophomore transfer Elena Nacello executes a well-timed run and makes a great touch to beat the defender. And the goalkeeper take another look right there. Great touch. And the finish 1-0 Gold Team. And the Gold Team continued to pour it on. Still first period. Maddie Bauer, a shot on frame. Good save right there, but it hits the post. And Mary Maloney is there. Look at that slow-mo view to clean it up. She gets another goal, and she continued to roll on Sunday afternoon. Here's Mary Maloney continuing to heat up outside the 18. Fires the shot. Just gets under the crossbar. And a great finish right there. Take another look. Here's another angle for it. Gets one touch and rips it. Excellent finish right there. And the Gold Team rolled to a 3-0 win, a 2-goal performance for Maloney. Great game there on Sunday. Coming up, you saw highlights from the team. Next, Shane Holsey will highlight Mr. Samuel Thomas. You don't want to miss this.
An oncologist is a cancer doctor. An MRI is a magnetic resonance imaging. Neuroblastoma is a cancer that mostly affects kids.
Do the kids in your grade know these words?
Probably not.
Why do you?
I was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia, but I don't have cancer anymore, and so...
Wait a minute, are you cancer-free?
Yeah.
serving the nation's poor and vulnerable regardless of faith, and advocating on their behalf We are Catholic Charities.
Joining us on set now is the first-year head coach of the Quincy University women's soccer program, Mr. Samuel Thomas. Coach, thanks for coming on and taking a few minutes.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Let's start with your team's inter-squad scrimmages that you've been having throughout the fall. What have you liked out of what you've seen from your squad this fall?
There's so much to like. Every single scrimmage is bringing so much energy, so much passion. Every week we have a new topic that we bring to them, and every single week they've taken it on board and put it in the scrimmage, and that's really exciting.
Would you say that it's been more difficult or easier than you expected to kind of adapt to a new school in the middle of a pandemic? How would you say that process is kind of going?
It's been interesting. I would assume more difficult, but I don't really have a whole lot of context for it. We've never been through this before, but the thing that's exciting is the team that I get to spend time with every single day, the staff here at Quincy, everyone's adapting on a daily basis and taking it on board and making the best of a tough situation, so that's been promising.
And what about these freshmen that have kind of had to go through the same thing you've had to go through, coming to a new school and not even being able to play against actual teams in the fall? How's that gone for them?
It is what it is. Obviously, it's much less than ideal for them, but the exciting thing is we have a wonderful collective of players, and they've taken the freshman class under their wings, and they've welcomed them into the team, into the school, and they've welcomed me in here, and that's been wonderful too.
And what about this upcoming spring season? You guys are used to playing in the fall. You played in the fall your whole career, and what's it going to be like? The routine, the training schedule, how is all that going to change as we head into spring? Because you're going to have to be practicing over the winter, I would assume.
It'll be unique. That's to be sure. We'll have a longer preseason because fall normally starts right after summer. We have a pretty short preseason, so we'll have a bit of a longer one, but it'll be a cold one, and we'll be ready for it.
And what can we expect from your squad as we head through into winter and then eventually into spring? What can the fans be looking out for?
Hopefully a whole lot of passion and energy. We've got one more week. This week is our last week of practices. We scrimmage on Sunday, and that'll be our wrap-up before winter break. And then when we come back, we're just looking forward to putting on a show for the community.
We're looking forward to it as well. It's been fun chatting up with you, but we're not done. A fun little segment coming up with Coach Thomas right after this break. Stick right with us. Don't want to miss it.
My name's Carl Hirsch. I'm a senior from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and I'm studying criminal justice here at Quincy University. I was pitching down in Florida, and all of a sudden a coach came up to me. 2 days later, I flew up here for the visit, and by the end of that week, I had my school picked out. I started playing baseball when I was about 3 or 4 years old, kind of the same age everybody usually does. And as we got older, from the age of about 7 or 8, I played with the same exact team for the most part until we were about 15 or 16, and we all went our separate ways to high school. Come May, I'm going to be looking to apply with the Fort Lauderdale Police Department. I've gotten a good taste of it here through the internship I have through the university with Quincy Police Department. And it definitely wouldn't be possible and wouldn't be in this good of a situation without Quincy University.
College shouldn't be as hard as understanding fine art. Use the resources here at Quincy University. We're here to help.
Well, welcome back. Still chatting it up with first-year Quincy University women's head soccer coach Samuel Thomas. So, Coach, I'm going to put your knowledge to the test.
Okay.
Put your thinking cap on.
All
I'm
right.
going to ask you a few trivia questions. You ready?
I'm nervous, but I'm ready.
All righty. Let's start. The first question. Here we go. You hold the record for career shutouts at Principia College. How many shutouts did you have?
No. 27?
19.
Not even close.
So you had 19 shutouts in 4 seasons, but you were named to the SLIAC All-Decade team as well. So you can hang your hat on that. All right.
Thank you.
So you're 0 for 1. Not off to the greatest
All
start,
right,
but
all right.
we'll get things turned around.
We'll keep trying.
All righty. In 2018, you were the primary goalkeepers coach at Old Dominion when the program had its best defensive year ever in terms of goals allowed. How many goals did the Monarchs give up?
16?
It was 19.
Man,
You're
0 for 2.
close.
0
You're
for
close.
2.
If you had just picked a random number 19, you would have been right both times. But
yeah.
hey, 0 for 2. We'll get things turned out. Still a chance to get a passing grade here. So question number 3. The year before you became an assistant at SIUE, this has 2 answers, so you have a chance to get a couple here. The Cougars women's soccer team reached their first ever NCAA tournament in Division I. Who did the Cougars beat in the Ohio Valley Conference Championship, and who did they face in the opening round of the NCAA tournament?
The year before I got there,
In 2014.
they faced Kentucky,
Yep.
and they beat Murray State?
Jacksonville State. Hey,
Jacksonville.
1 for 2. You're on the board. 1
All
for
right.
4. You're hitting
All right.
250 right now. All righty. So 3-2 in extra time. They beat Jacksonville State. Played the University of Kentucky. Actually played pretty well to a scoreless draw. Then lost in a shootout. So let's move on to number 4. Before making the move to Division I, SIUE was a member of the GOVC, the conference in which you're now coaching. In what year did SIUE make the transition to Division I?
That was the year Derek took over. So that would have been 2010?
Really close. 2008.
2008.
They were close.
All
Well,
right.
we'll give you half a point for that.
Oh, cool. That's generous.
So you were pretty close. All righty. So 2008, they competed in the GLVC for 15 years actually, and they went 13-5-1 in their final season at Division II. So pretty impressive. All right, last one.
All right.
Well, we're switching gears to a little bit of a different sport here, but still sticking with the theme of your former schools.
Okay.
So there's a current Major League Baseball player, a pretty darn good one, that went to Old Dominion. Who is that player?
Oh my gosh. I know. I'm not going to be able to pull it.
I'll give you a hint. He's a pitcher.
I know he is. I'm not going to be able to pull it. But I do know that. I don't know it.
Justin Verlander.
Yep. That's the one.
2-time Cy Young winner, MVP, 8-time All-Star, 16 seasons, holds the record at ODU for career strikeouts. Well, not the greatest showing, but hey, you got a couple. That's all you can really ask for. You didn't know what was coming, so kind of put you on the spot there. You made a nice showing for yourself.
That was fun. I learned a lot about myself.
There you go. That was kind of the idea. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and hope if you were playing along, we hope you did well as well.
Yeah,
Coach,
hopefully they did better at home than I did.
hey, we can always hope. Hey, 1.5 out of 5. You're hitting what was that? About 300.
Yeah, that's generous.
Hey, 300 batting average. You'll take it. All righty.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you coming on, Coach. That's Coach Samuel Thomas of the QU Women's Soccer Program. Will and I will be back in a moment to give our takes on the halfway point of the NFL season. Power ranking as well coming up.
It isn't a building. It isn't an arena or field. It isn't a classroom. It's a friendship. It's the bonds you form. It's an opportunity. It's the experience. It's a Q thing. Schedule your visit today.